King Tut. Right.
Hello everybody, this is King Tut here and welcome to your 20-second C++ tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to build upon from the last tutorial and teach you guys encapsulation. So what is encapsulation? Um, well, before I get into the definition, I'm going to tell you guys good programming practice when it comes to object-oriented programming is putting all your variables into private. And problem is, private is like when the variables are in private, other classes cannot use it, and the main function cannot access the variables. Like say if you're gonna output something or make use of change values in the variable, you cannot access it because it's in private. And and that becomes a problem. But I'm going to show you a way to bypass that. And you might be wondering, how are you gonna do that, King Tut? How are you gonna bypass all of this? Well, first of all, let's declare some variables. So we know in a car it has its size, its miles per hour, um, mileage. So let's do that. Int size, speed, and mileage. Actually, gas mileage. That's what I'm trying to say. Gas mileage. And also, each car has its own name. So, string name. To bypass this problem of trying to access all these variables and trying to access it in main or from other classes, the reason why you want to keep all your variables private is because if you put all your variables in public and you have um, and you have errors and bugs in your program, it's going to be hard to pinpoint the error if all of your variables is in public. So to bypass this problem, we use getters and setters. That's literally what encapsulation is. It's a bunch of getters and setters. So int get size. I'm going to be just doing get and set, and I'm going to show you how it works in the main function and have you print out the get size. All right, so let's return size. And actually, oh my god. Let's just do that. Get length. Let's return. Nope. That's not what I want. Okay. So that's how you it's actually how you put the getters. And in order to put the setters, let's do void set length. And then let's do int length. And you might be wondering, how am I going to make use of the same variable name? Well, it's not actually the same name. If you put it inside a parameter, it's a different name. It uses a different memory address, which I'm going to get into it in the next tutorial when I show you pointers. So let's do length, and you get errors. Actually, and you get errors. And the reason for this here I was actually wrong when I was saying that this one in here used a different memory address. I was actually wrong about it. I um to remedy this problem, use this and then you put a dash and an angular bracket, the greater than sign. And if you want to, if you have this, oh, whoops. If you have this autocomplete and you don't want it to show, you just press escape. So that's how you use this as referring to the class's variable that you put into private, or you declare it inside that class and not inside the function or the parameters. So if you have this problem, use this dash and greater than sign. And then let's demonstrate it into the main class. So since these two classes is inheriting functions from the car, we can make use of get length and then set length. So let's take all of this functions out. Let's put this and then dot, and let's set the length, because if we put get length, it's not going to do anything. And I am not sure how big is a regular Ferrari. I guess 20 feet. Comments down below if I'm way off. Alright, so set length, and then we could just see out Ferrari get length. Actually, let's just put this is long. And let's do the same thing for Ford. So let's copy these and paste it. And then Ford is 20 feet. Let's just say it's 10 feet. Oh geez, now that I think about it, 200 feet, and let's just put 170. You know, Ford SUV. Or probably a hybrid. Ford is, and then instead of putting Ferrari, let's just put Ford. So you see here, I set the length. So literally I assign the length variable to whatever value I put it inside the parameter. And then when I output it, I put the get length. And since this is an int function, you have to return an int value. And also, since it's an int function, you could also make use of it. You could actually output that function. So when we run this program, you should be able to get Ferrari is, Ford is, okay, semicolon again. Like I said in the last tutorial, I don't code that way. I do not code that way. In the future videos, I will show you how to a better way to use classes. Okay, so when we run this program, Alright, so when we run this program for the Ferrari, it showed us that Ferrari is 200 feet long, and I know I kind of messed up on the sentence, but that's not the point. I'm showing you how to make use of the getters and setters. So the Ferrari is 200 feet long. I'm not sure if that's actually accurate. Let me know in the comments below. And for the Ford is 170 feet long, which actually did what we expected. We set the length, and when we output it, it access when we put get length, it accesses the length from the variable that we set it to. And so that's that. Let's do the same thing for width, speed, and gas mileage and name. But we're not going to do it the same way as I did because we're going to be here a whole day. But before we go there, I'm just going to put this because it's a good practice to make use of the this keyword to refer to the variable that you declared in your own class. Alright, so to put all your to automatically generate the getters and setters for all of your functions, you highlight them and then you factor source. I think you go to source and then you go to generate getters and setters, and then you checked on everything. Actually, you already put in get length, so you don't have to worry about that. But width, speed, gas mileage, and name. And then when you press OK, boom, it automatically generates all the getters and setters. And you might be wondering, well, what does this const mean? Or what is this string constant name? What are all of these mean? Well, the keyword const is short for constant. It allows, when you declare a variable or function constant, you cannot change the values or else you get an error. It's a good programming practice, because when you're doing and when you're trying to change an int function, it's not gonna work. It's gonna be very buggy. But when you use the constant keyword, it makes things less buggy. I honestly haven't made use of constant a lot, but it's really good practice to make use of constant when you're doing getters and setters. But as you see here, it automatically generates all the getters and setters, and it's really amazing. But you might be wondering, this one is a bit weird here because it didn't really put this, and you didn't put this name, so you kind of left out some loose ends, so you have to deal with these loose ends. By putting this, some of these didn't put this keyword on it, and other ones kind of put this keyword. So even though it's easier, it's a weird, might be a bug from the IDE itself. All right, so let's demonstrate all of this. I'm just gonna use another function. I'm just gonna use a string. So let's do Ferrari and set name. I just put Ferrari Enzo because that's the only thing I could actually think of. And we could put, just take out this one. And then we could put, instead of putting just Ferrari, we could just put Ferrari get name. And let's do the same thing for Ford. Ford. Oh, I forgot to set name. And then Ford Fiesta. And Ford get name. And once I run this program, it should display the name that I have set for Ferrari and the name that I have set for Ford. So and it did. So this is really, really useful for game development and very useful for software development. I hope you find this video very helpful. Thank you so much for watching. If you really like my video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're on YouTube, BitChute, or BitTube, please subscribe to my channel. If you're on Vlare, please follow my channel. If you're on Library, please follow my channel and download my video. And I hope to see you in the next tutorial. Bye!